All right, we started out the chapter by just doing multiplication. Okay, the multiplication at the beginning, if you look at your study guide. Okay, the very first thing we did was we reduced it if we had a monomial on the bottom. Okay, now that was something that you had picked up in a chapter prior to this. Actually, all of this you've had before, except for perhaps the solving of it. Let's look at, I've got extra problems over here somewhere. Here they are. And none of those are done. So, all right, let's look at this one. Done a good problem here. Let's say I have, well, we'll look at the one that's on your paper. What am I going to do? What would be the first thing I'm going to do?
Distribute the square.
I've got, well, the cube.
The cube.
Okay, I've got to take that cube and put it on everything inside. Okay, so negative 3 cubed is the same as negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, which should give you a negative 27. Okay, now remember, if I've got a power raised to a power, what do I do? Multiply. Okay, make sure you've got that straight. So then I've got x to the 6, and there's an understood 1 right there, so it's 1 times 3, or y to the 3rd power. Okay, it is over top of 9x squared, y squared. What am I going to do here?
Reduce.
Okay, I'm going to reduce my numbers first. Okay, negative 27 over 9 reduces to what? Negative 3 or negative 3 over 1. So I can just put the negative 3 on the top and know that that's gone away. If I have an x to the 6th on the top and an x to the 2nd on the bottom, what am I going to have? X to the 4th, and it's going to be in the top. Because remember, you're going to subtract the smaller from the larger and put it where the larger is. So I've got x to the 4th right here. Okay, then I have a y cubed and a y squared. What does that give me? A y, is it on the top or the bottom? Top. Okay, I can put it over top of 1, but I don't need to. Now I always, if it's all on the bottom and I don't have anything on the top, I have to put the 1 there. But if everything's on the top and I don't have anything on the bottom, I can put the 1 there, but I don't have to. Okay, we good with that? All right. Then you moved on to maybe some division and multiplication with these. You know, we're not getting common denominators here, but this is the part that we moved into, that we talked about how you have to mark out the whole parenthesis to be able to eliminate it. Okay, so for instance, I'm going to give you one of these to do. All right, try and do that problem from beginning to end. And while you're doing it on paper, I'm going to do it up on the board. Or you could have that negative on the bottom, it really doesn't matter. Get it? Got it? Okay, all right, I'm gonna put a complex fraction up here. Now remember, the complex fraction can be written side to side. It's not a big deal, it's just, it's a division problem written up and down. So don't let it throw you off. All right, try and do that one. Good?
Got off a negative one.
Yeah, though, almost every time when they do not have the variable first, they're wanting you to pull out a negative one. Occasionally it doesn't help you, but most of the time it does. Okay, you want to get it as simple as what you can. All right, that was all of section 9.3. Section 9.4, we went into finding common denominators, but not solving the problem, just simplifying the problem. All right, so let's try a couple of those. Just the one thing I would say, especially on this section, be careful of your negatives. And this is all addition and subtraction as opposed to what you were just doing, which was multiplication. Whole different ballgame. On addition and subtraction, you've got to have a common denominator. You gotta admit this chapter's a whole lot easier than the last one. Okay, definitely. All right, then we're gonna do one where you have to solve it, and that really covers all the material in this chapter, okay? So this is like, now this one might be a little bit harder. We'll see. I don't think so. I think you got it. All right, now I will tell you it doesn't come out whole, okay? You can leave it as a fraction.
So for the bottom of the first one, would it factor -1 times m plus 1?
It's m plus 1 times m minus 1, because that's the difference of squares. Okay, because I can take the square root of m squared and I can take the square root of 1. Something's not right. Hold on. I don't know this one. That's a problem. I didn't do the final term over here. That's what happened. Oh, that's not so, it's fine. There we go. Because it's 10 over 6, which reduces 10.
Where did the -6m come from?
right here, I brought the 3m over. So when I subtracted the 3m and added it to the negative 3m that I had, that gives me a negative 6m. Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. More opportunities for careless mistakes on that one. Because you're doing a lot more. Okay, I'm gonna give you your homework, okay? Obviously, you will have your test on this tomorrow. So your homework is on page 587 and 588. And I want you to do 20, let's just do 20 through 40 even. That way you can definitely take your time on it and make sure that you're getting it